everyone, Demonized Kyo here. So it took a little longer than I wanted to, but we're finally here with episode 7 of the Bingo Book series. Today's focus is Hashirama Senju, commonly referred to as the god of Shinobi in the Naruto universe. So we'll be looking at his jutsus first, as always. So we'll start with his Rekit ultimate. Sage Art Wood Style Shinsu Senju Veritable 1000 Armed Cannon. I did not say that right, but whatever. At level 4, this has a 54-second cooldown. You'll notice the red icon up here means this has a lunge type jutsu. So this is going to deal massive damage in front of enemies. Hashirama, it's worth noting, he can hit you from anywhere on the map with this if you are in front of him. This does decrease your lunge resistance. It's going to turn all allies invincible for a second, and it's also going to give them 30 seconds of regen, and deals increased damage to sealed enemies. This is a jutsu whose effectiveness does increase based on if you level it up. So at level 1 we have a 60-second cooldown and a 700 CP cost, and then at level 8 we have a 46-second cooldown and a 490 CP cost. So it's definitely worth it to level this up if you can. Next we have his OG ultimate Wood Style Wooden Dummy Jutsu. At level 1 this has a 120-second cooldown. You can tell by the yellow icon here this is an impact type jutsu, and this is just a multi-hit jutsu. At levels 1 through 5 it is going to decrease your impact resistance, and then starting from level 6 to level 8 is going to decrease your resistances for all nature types except for normal. We can check the level here. At level 1, like I said, 120-second cooldown, 400 CP cost, and then at level 8 that's going to stay the same. We still have 120-second cooldown and 400 CP cost, so it's not worth it to level this up unless you want to increase your power or the damage of it. Next we have Wood Style Wooden Dragon Jutsu. At level 8 this has a 4-second cooldown. The brown icon here means this is a manipulate type jutsu, and this is just a long range attack that's going to hit you with a medium seal. It's worth noting that this is one of his old jutsus, or from his old kit. Next we have his new kit jutsu, Sage Art Gracious Deity Gates Approach. At level 8 this has a 7-second cooldown. You can tell by the yellow icon here this is an impact type jutsu. So this is just going to summon a bunch of shrine gates. It is going to decrease your evasion and is going to inflict seal, and both of those are medium effects. It's also going to increase Hashi's defense by a defense buff by a medium effect, and it deals increased damage to slowed enemies. Next we have another Rekit Jutsu, Wood Style Force Destruction. At level 8 this has a 5-second cooldown. You can tell by the red icon here this is a lunge type jutsu. So this is another multi-hit jutsu. It's just going to inflict slow movement. This is by a large effect, and then it's going to increase recover the user CP if they hit their target. You can tell that slow effect is for 11 seconds. Alright, next we have Body Regeneration Jutsu. At level 6 this has a 30-second cooldown. You can tell by the gray icon here this is a normal type jutsu, and this is just going to give Hashirama a regen effect or regen buff, and it's pretty bad. It's only 1%, and it lasts for 30 seconds, so it's Next we have Wood Style Wood Expulsion Jutsu. At level 6 this has a 10-second cooldown. Another gray icon means normal type jutsu. So from level 1 through 5 this is going to raise your lunge type resistances. Starting at level 6 is going to raise the resistances for all types except for normal. That is it for his kits. So without further ado we will start getting into the showcases. So for Hashirama I will only be using one example for his old kit, a close range example and a long range example. The loadout order doesn't determine anything. This is just a bad kit for him as a defender. He offers pretty much nothing except for a seal, and there are characters that do that way better. So we will do that. Obviously the only jutsu he can hit me with is the Wooden Dragon, so that's what he will do. He will not use any of his buffs until he starts taking damage. Here comes the dragon. So you notice he at no point ever tries to use the Wood Expulsion Jutsu or even the buff. I'm just gonna try to bait this dragon out because I don't want to get sealed. There it is. So now I hit him once, and he should start to buff pretty soon. So it's like one more hit. You gotta do like, I think 90 or 80% or something. There it is. He might even start using, there goes the wood expulsion jutsu. So around like 80%, that's when he starts to buff. But as you see, like, he has no offensive capabilities really. Fighting him with this kit is kind of like picking on a child. And that's pretty much it for the long range. We'll do a close range. Again, the only thing he can do is the wood dragon, so I'll just evade that. I'm not even going to wait for him to buff, because I just kind of want to show everyone that this is just a bad kit. Like, it's just bad. There's nothing like... I tried to run away. I shouldn't have tried to run away. But yeah, like, you can pretty much have your way with Hashirama with that kit. There's nothing worth noting for that kit. So now we will start to the fun part of the video. Where is the other one? There it is. Okay. So now we have our Rekit Jutsus. Loadout order does determine how he will attack with this kit. Typically, this is the loadout order I use. I will start with Sage Gates, the Wood Expulsion, Forest Destruction, and then Wood Dragon. With this loadout, he will use Wood Dragon for long range. Then he'll follow up with the Sage Gates, and then after that, he'll use the Forest Destruction. So you'll see here, we'll do 2 long range examples, 2 close range. Here comes the dragon. Here come the gates. Oh, I missed it. That could have went bad. As you see, like, he's pretty tanky. It rarely takes me 2 seals to beat enemies, but I pretty much have to do 2 seals for him. So do long range again. Here comes the dragon. Sage Gates. I did get his back that time, so that was good. Alright, so those were the long range. Now we'll do 2 close range. This time you'll notice he starts with Sage Gates. After Sage Gates, it can go one of 2 ways. If you're too close, he will use the tree. If you back further away, he'll use the dragon. Typically, I like him to use the dragon because it's an easier dodge, so I back away. Oh my god, we're both running into each other. Okay, so we'll do that one more time. So again, it's Sage Gates, and I'm making further space to bait the dragon because those are easy. Oh, so I didn't get further away enough, so I got tree instead. I shouldn't have done that. Yep, that's it. Okay, so we're 1-1 for that. Now we'll change this loadout order. Oh. So now you'll notice with this one, he will default to the tree first. Oh, hold on. Boom, 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 boom. It doesn't matter where you put dragon, just because he will always start with that if the enemy is far enough. So we'll do 2 long range and 2 close range again. Then we'll put the gate up and we'll start talking about the ranges and like what goes through walls and stuff like that. Here comes dragon. Here comes tree. So this one is a little easier to deal with from long distances because he doesn't have a chance to put that defense buff up now. So that's one. We'll do one more long range. Dragon, tree. So that's bad because I missed. So now we're both sealed. We both have 11-second seals. He has a more damage, not damaging, a long distance seal. So I pretty much have no choice but to fight him up close. And we're both going to ult each other. I got the ult off first. But in a battle of sealers, it doesn't make sense for me to actually back off because he has more long range seals, so he can hit me from further out. I'd rather just finish him off up close. So now we'll do the close range examples. This time he'll start with the tree. I'm going to stuff it with body blow and seal him hopefully. This time I'm going to save my energy vibe so I can time it better. So that's one. We'll do one more. Again, we should get tree. I'm sealing right off the tree because I don't. It's really hard to dodge from that close. The tree is really ideal in close range situations. And I fucked up. I get too carried away. And he got me again. Alright, so now we will put our fence up. Oh shit. Messed up. So now we're gonna put our fence up. Installations. I'm going to change this base. This is just my placeholder base while I test stuff. Okay, so we do have that fence up. That's good. Save. I'm gonna check his loadout order really quick. So we're going to keep the tree up for now. Just because I want to show everyone something. Okay, so Hashirama in this kit has 2 range 1 attacks and 1 range 3 attack. The range 1 attacks being the Force Destruction and the Sage Gates. All 3 of these jutsus can hit through walls and hit through gates. However, he will only use Force Destruction through a wall. He will not use the Wooden Dragon or the Sage Gates through a wall, even though he can hit you with both through the wall. So I'll just stay over here really for a little bit. As you saw, Force Destruction is a multi-hit. So even if I seal one hit, I'll take another hit. I believe both hits have a chance to slow. I'm not 100% sure, but there have been times where I've body blow it and the second hit just does not slow me. So I'll bring him up over here. So now we'll start to see his range 3 attack, which is the Wooden Dragon. Like I said, it can go through walls, it can go through gates, and it does cover about 75% of the map. It's outside of Obito. This is the longest range seal we've seen to date. So now we'll get a little closer. We notice he doesn't do anything else from this distance. If I get about 4 or 5 tiles in, we'll start to see Force Destruction again. If I can somehow get closer after being slowed, then we'll see Sage Gates. But as you can see, like, this just pretty much makes you a target. Once Hashi has gotten you slowed, it's really hard to deal with him. So now come over here. We're going to actually just change this load order. Otherwise, I'll just get slowed and dragoned all day. So Sage Gates. Alright. And then after that, we'll talk about ultimate. Okay, so you notice now that we have him with this setup, we actually won't see any attacks through the barrier. This is because Sage Gates is first. So if you do have Hashirama in a room with a wall, I do recommend putting Force Destruction in the first slot. That way he can still do damage to enemies. He will still pot shot them through the wall. Otherwise, if you put Sage Gates first, he won't do anything. He's pretty much kind of a duck in a situation like this. So again, we'll bring him up to our gate. We should get the Wood Dragon. This is the only jutsu you can hit me with from this range. The AI is not very smart. So now, I'll come up a little bit closer. You'll notice I'm within range from Force Destruction now, but he actually won't do Force Destruction. Again, because Sage Gates is in that first slot, and it is blocking pretty much the, I want to say the priority on Force Destruction. So once I get within one tile, now we'll start to see Sage Gates. There it is. So Sage Gates, as you can see, it is a multi-hit jutsu. It does have that seal ring around it. Once he hits me with Sage Gates, then he'll start using Force Destruction. It does have a seal around it, and it does stay up for a little bit. I'm just gonna wait for this to wear off. Otherwise, I'll just keep stopping. It is multi-hit. It does have a knockdown effect. If you run into the gate while it's up, you will get sealed. You won't get knocked down, but you can still get sealed by it. So yeah, that goes the multi-hit aspect. I'm just going to try to showcase that run-in really, really quickly, and then we'll start talking about his ultimate and how it's complete and utter shenanigans. Alright, so I'll bring him up here. See if we can bait the dragon. There's the dragon. Here comes Sage Gates. There it is. So right there, you'll see you run into it. I didn't get knocked down this time, but I still got sealed, and I still got my evasion debuff from 5 tiles out. Again, we have the tree now. Oh, he's not using it. That's fine. So we'll bring him over here, and now we'll start talking about his ultimate, or his Rekit ultimate first. So his ultimate is a range 3 ultimate. It can hit you from anywhere on the map. If Hashi can see you, then you can die. It is essentially the aura of NXB, or the you are already dead, if we have any Fist of the North Star fans. Essentially, if you hear the Shu in Shinsu and you haven't pressed the button, you're going to die. It comes out pretty quickly. It is a long ultimate. Some characters can iframe it. That's correct. Some characters can iframe it. So we should be getting it soon. So there it is. So yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. If Hashi can see you, you're going to die. Like I said, some characters can iframe it. I won't actually. So I did some prior editing to this. I actually ran through it. Most of the characters with long iframes. And I'll actually insert that clip after I finish this. It is about 3.5 minutes. In that clip, I show like some characters who can iframe it. And then we have some characters with movement skills who can actually move through it. Because the targeting, it does not target. Essentially, once Hashirama starts his ultimate, it is in a fixed position. It will not follow you around. And so I'll put that clip in pretty much like after this part. Just want to the other way you can iframe it is if you use your ultimate after he starts his ultimate. If you do it prior to it, his ultimate is pretty much going to outlast yours. If you have a fast ultimate, it's going to outlast yours. I think I'm on like take 3 of this, but like I don't know if I already did it in this video, but I've done it in another one. Well, another example. So I'll do this. We'll get him to low health. God, it's like a game of chicken. Okay, we're gonna hit him one more time. There it is. All right. So if you do it like that, then you can pretty much like offset it. His ultimate still lasts entirely too long, so you won't be able to kill him off of it, unless you're using someone who sets up like a damaging field, or maybe even no, even Hinata's ultimate doesn't outlast his. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to input that clip now. There's no audio. Magic of editing. When you're done, I'll be resuming this video, which should be now. Okay, so now we'll talk about his old ultimate. Again, like this is definitely like the most inferior ultimate of the two, but that being said, it is not completely useless. So we'll start that. Okay, we're gonna use EMS for this test. Sorry. Just because he has a better DOT. And then once we've done this iframe and this ultimate, we will then do the multi-character showcase. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. So we should have him on low health. He does have to be fairly close to do this ultimate. It does have a little bit of range, but he will not start this ultimate from somewhere like back here or over here. That being said, it can go through walls. It is a range 1 attack. It should be... I hate how they make you kind of like hover your finger over the button. It's like I know they're going to do this move. Alright, fine. We'll hit you one more time. Here it is. There it is. So multi-hit. The hits do come by pretty quickly. It can go through walls as we just showcased. I'm going to see if I can do a quick iframe. I've iframed it with EMS before, but that doesn't mean I'll be able to do it on video this time. Like I said, it is quite fast. So I mean, it's not completely useless. It's just inferior to his Rekit ultimate. Come on, Hashi. Yeah, he's not very smart. Hashi. Oh my god, is he really just gonna do this? Alright, so Hashi... Alright, so we're gonna do this the hard way. Alright, so you should run up to me. There it is, that's about the range on it. As the cracks extend, that's pretty decent range. But he will run up to you to kind of do it. Again, like, I'm gonna see if I can get him to run to this wall, and then we can do the iframe. If not, then we'll just start with the multi-character showcase. Okay, so that's 1. 2. 3. So there it is. This video is going kind of long, so I'm just gonna skip that part. But it is possible to iframe it. It's just fairly fast. Alright, so we'll have a series Hashirama contest. I'll probably just do like 3 or 4 characters because this video is already at 25 minutes about, and it's going to be an additional 4 or 5 with all the other stuff. So it's already like 30 minutes. So we're just going to stop with that. We'll use EMS first. Make sure this gate is down. Alright, so let's go. I'll probably use like the first 6 characters in my lineup. Alright, EMS win. You too, Sasuke. Lose for V2. Use Neji again. I don't know why I rushed that. Lost for Neji. So yeah, Hashirama is still nothing to sleep on. Okay, that's fine. As you can see, he's still pretty dangerous, even with if you know what you're doing. If he gets you with the slower to seal, it's pretty much game over. I'm sorry, some characters are just too fucking easy to play with. Okay, so V2 Itachi is probably gonna be the last because I think, yeah, we're running pretty far on time. So there he goes. God, another underrated character. All right, so that's it for Bingo Book episode 7. I don't want to make any promises about number 8, but I don't know if I'm going to do either KLM or Renee Sasuke. Frankly, I'm kind of tired of covering those two, but they're pretty much like the top tier defenders at this point. I'm not sure if it's worth it to cover anyone before covering those people. So yeah, we'll probably start there. Otherwise, War Gaara, we won't do War Gaara. Yeah, so we do have a full kit for Gaara. Obviously, you know, I'm going to participate in his Sam. So once his Sam is finished and we get his rekit stuff, we can expect a Bingo Book episode on Gaara V2. But for episode number 8, it's either going to be on KLM or it's going to be on Renee Sasuke. Renee Sasuke I find is pretty annoying, so I might start with him, maybe not. Anyway, that's it for episode 7. I have some more stuff planned. I'll be releasing a couple more videos this week or over the weekend. That's pretty much it. So DMS Kyo out.